So this is part two. Here we're looking at a typical BOATraNET type display. We've got an Apple iPad here. We've typed in BOATraNET into the web browser and it brings up the home page of BOATraNET. So let's take a look at the web pages that are doled up by BOATraNET. Firstly, you'll need to connect onto the Wi-Fi access point. It's very straightforward. In your device, you go into settings, you look at the Wi-Fi networks that are available, and you'll see that we've actually got two BOATraNET systems running in our office. This is the one. It's got its own little unique reference here, Digital Yacht BOATraNET. You select that and away you go. So you're now connected to the BOATraNET network. You then go into your internet browser, in this case on an iPad or an iPhone, it's Safari, but it could be any device. It could be a Internet Explorer on your PC, Google Chrome, any HTML5 compliant browser. Type in BOATraNET in the browser and away you go. You've got access to all the functionality of BOATraNET. So let's take a look at some of the functions. Firstly, in navigation, you get a nice display of navigation data. Course, speed, bearing and distance, time to get to your waypoint, and ETA. All that important information for navigating to a point. And that's all coming from your onboard network. Scroll across the screen and you get a nice highway steering screen showing how far off track you are and which direction to steer to get back on track to go to your active waypoint. Getting back to the home page at any stage is really easy. You just press the home button at the top of the BOATraNET page. Let's look at some of the other functions and features. Instrument data, vital, depth, speed, wind, heading, all that's available. Here we see speed and depth. You can scroll across the page, have a heading type application and scroll again to get a wind application with a nice display of wind data. Again, to go back to the home page, simply press the home page button. Now charting. BOATraNET actually ships in 5 different variants. One variant comes without any built-in charting. The second variants come with embedded navionics silver cartography, which give wide areas of coverage with some detailed navionics-based cartography. The areas are Europe, North America, Canada, and then also rest of world. So regardless of where you are, you can get global cartography content for your BOATraNET system. Panning and zooming around the screen is very easy. You can move the screen around at a touch of a button and you can zoom in and zoom out to whatever level of detail that you want on the screen. So you can see that there's a large area of coverage on the European chart. We can position it to where we want to zoom in and then zoom in to the level of detail that we want. Now it's worth pointing out that we've not designed BOATraNET to be a replacement for your chart plotter. It's designed very much as an accessory for the chart plotter. It's not designed for real-time navigation. You simply see where you are, where you've been as a track, and you also get nice detailed cartography. We'll zoom in on the Isle of Wight here so we can get a little bit more information. And as you zoom in, we'll start getting data with depth information, voyage information, and so on. As we zoom in, and you can see the familiar navionics cartography that's used with other chart plotter makes such as Lowrance, Furuno, and Raymarine. And as we zoom in, we get more detail. We can pan and zoom around and get data that we want. So a nice charting feature, but not a chart plotter. But BOATraNET's got a few other tricks up its sleeve. One of the most irritating things on board your boat is keeping all those paper documents and manuals and handbooks. There's more and more technology on your boat, and no doubt you have to refer to the manuals all the time. BOATraNET's got a solution for that. Click on the Documents function on BOATraNET and it takes you into the Documents menu. And you've got two options. Import your own documents through a simple USB memory stick, so you can bring in your own dedicated manuals for the boat via PDF, or view your documents. You go into My Docs, it allows you to scroll through all the documents that are available. And reading a manual, here's all the Digital Yacht latest manuals. We can scroll through at a touch of a button, all very fast and very easy. And you install your manuals by simply using a USB stick and go into the import document facility that's available on every BOATraNET. Similar approach to music, and you can also store your onboard music inside BOATraNET and allow for playback either through BOATraNET by connecting to your onboard hi-fi through the audio out that's available on a BOATraNET, or play music locally on this device. So lots of features, lots of functions there. Same arrangement for photographs, allows us to store photographs and view those under the photo menu. Another feature of BOATraNET is the Wi-Fi capability. Not only does it create a local Wi-Fi network on board your boat, but it's also compatible with our high-power Wi-Fi devices like the WL500 and WL510. What that allows you to do is to install one of those products on your boat and then use BOATraNET to act as a mobile gateway for all your mobile devices to access the high-power internet capability of the WL500. And you can control that through here, through the Wi-Fi feature. And BOATraNET is also updatable. Twice a year we'll produce updates, and there's lots of exciting things in the pipeline. The hardware is very flexible, we can add a lot of capability to it, and we'll also be developing BOATraNET.com, an external website which will be free to access by your BOATraNET system to download latest weather, tidal, port type information relevant for your particular cruising area. So we'll now move on to part 3 and look at the type of applications that you can get for BOATraNET.